It's June 4th, and you know what that means. Oh wait, you haven't been researching China. You might not know what that means. This is the anniversary of the Tiananmen Square uprising, where all the students took to the streets and protested the lack of reforms in China. That was in 1989. That's the famous image of the guy standing in front of the tank. The reason that we all know the name Tiananmen Square in the West. And I thought I'd pop into Tiananmen Square, see if they're doing anything special. Not that they would commemorate it, but see if there was a huge police presence or anything like that. I just went through security to get into the park, and I was kind of shooting through the line to come in the park, and the guy said, whoa, stop, let me see your passport. And that is because just in the past week or so, Beijing has begun a crackdown on long-term residents overstaying their visas. So a lot more white people are getting asked for their passports and to prove that they belong here, which is reasonable, of course. You know, if people are overstaying their visas, they shouldn't. But it's also kind of bringing up some cries of xenophobia, that people just walking down the street are now getting hassled. Kind of like in the US when we pass a more restrictive immigration law and suddenly a bunch of Latinos who are in the country legally with all the proper paperwork, they start getting hassled and stopped and traffic stopped and all that. Well, now that's happening in China. They truly are catching up to us. Check out that Beijing haze. Gotta love it. The mausoleum is closed today, so that's out of the mix. Mao is silent today. And every day. As best I can figure, this is the street where the tanks were rolling down the street and the guy was standing in front of the tank, now crawling with tour buses. Irony alert. Basically what happened is a bunch of students and younger people came to Tiananmen Square to protest against the government. And so when things, when a lot of people started gathering, the government decided to start shooting them. So they shot hundreds of people, maybe over 1,000. And this brings up an issue for us, something that we think about a lot, which is, do you come as a tourist and spend your money in a country that has human rights abuses like that? It's still going on today. In the past few weeks, we've been following the story of a dissident who was under house arrest in China, and he managed to escape to one of the embassies and get out of the country, and now he's detailing his treatment at the hands of authorities, and it's not pretty. So this is something we think about a lot. Of course, I want to see China. I want to see this country that we all talk about for myself, see what it's like now. Then I'd like to come back in 20 years and see that it's changed, everything's changed for the better. Of course, since Tiananmen Square, I guess everything's changed for the tourist. Not sure if it's changed for the better.